A lot of people say I'm paranoid. I'm not sure who though. Alright, Kill Bill. Again, the second volume. The end of the story. So I usually try to save spoilers for the end, but I don't know what I can say about this one without spoiling. So if you haven't watched both the Kill Bill movies, click off now, watch them both, and come back. Oh yeah, like and subscribe too. I've been trying this new thing where I speak like a fucking horse announcer and commentator, horse announcer. Behold, Kill Bill 2 follows directly on from the bride, who we now know as Beatrix Kiddo's roaring rampage of the first movie. As she crosses off the last few names on her list, she gets completely outsmarted by some white trash caravan living redneck. He buries her alive. I haven't a fucking clue why he done this. Was this to torture her in some way? Or was it for the purposes of the movie so she could hop back out and kill Bill? This redneck also happens to be Bill's brother, by the way. This film is possibly gorier than the first. There's, there's one scene that in particular that takes the fucking piss. When Beatrix fights the one-eyed wonder herself, Elle, she pulls out her remaining eye and squashes it with her bare foot. Also, on a somewhat related note, this is more Tarantino foot fetish. Also, there was just a bit after this fight where a kiddo walks past a snake that was afraid of her. And I just fucking lost. So we learn a lot more about both Kiddo and Bill in this movie. Kiddo was trained by a Japanese man who refused to speak English, which explains how she was able to speak Japanese to the sword maker in the first movie. The training arc to me was a little boring, I can't lie. I understand the importance of it to the story as it explains a lot of Kiddo's character, but I feel like it could have been more concise. The best part of the film by far is Bill, the one who was being killed. He went from just some man from the bright past in the first movie to one of the best written villains I've ever come across. Near the end of the movie, Kiddo shows up to Bill's house to, kill Bill. And she's met with the daughter who she thought was dead. Not the one she was pregnant with when she got shot. And that daughter is calling Bill Daddy. Not in that kind of way, like, isn't like, Daddy. I made it weird, didn't I? This wasn't some kind of emotional warfare from Bill. He just kind of raised her child for her. In the instant that kicked off the events of the entire storyline, Bill arrives at Kiddo's wedding rehearsal and asks to sit in her part of the church, the part that is filled with people from the groom's side because Beatrix had no family. He did this knowing everybody inside that church was about to get shot, which is just straight up fucking evil. On a completely unrelated note, I thought her groom looked a lot like the guy from The Offspring. Bill is adamant on a fight to the death as opposed to some kind of assassination. He goes to efforts to do this. He uses truth serum juice on her and asks if she seriously believes she could have escaped the life of a killer and other devastating questions that she is forced to answer. He also has a monologue I really liked about alter egos. Peter Parker has to dress up as Spider-Man to be a hero, but Superman has to dress as Clark Kent to be a human. Clark Kent is a critique on human nature. He embodies cowardice. Overall, Kill Bill 2 just barely falls short of his first movie. Its peaks were higher, but its drop-offs were lower. Bill will go down as one of my favourite fictional villains. I shouldn't have said fictional there, because it makes it sound like we've got like some real-life favourite villains. The ending was brilliant, and outside of a few scenes, everything lived up to the expectations of the first movie. I give Kill Bill Volume 2 an 8.6 out of 10. I'll see you next week. We're going to the land of the beasts.